what happens to your ex when you go no contact. Check this out. All right, so the first couple of weeks, you're going to be seeing a lot of relief from them and a lot of coldness too. They're going to be really cold towards you. They have to be, because I see this in my coaching sessions all the time. By the way, I have text and calls in the bio if you need them. So I see this all the time. And the person who got dumped, so the dumpies, they're looking, searching deeply for any wiggle room they can get to convince their dumper, their ex, to take them back. So the dumper knows that they have to be cold. And it's true because, again, you're looking for anything. And I see this in my students all the time. They're like, is there anything I can say or anything I can do? You guys have to let go of the idea that anything that you're going to be able to do can happen right now. They have to have their ears open. And right now their ears are closed. Their emotions are closed off because they need space. Right now they need space. They need time. They need time to reflect and grow and be on their own. Okay? So right now, in essence, they are in this neutrality energy. Now, I know this may be backwards for you guys, but they're in this neutral energy right here, okay? All you guys got to understand is the colors. Don't worry about the words. But if you do a coaching session with me, I'll give this whole chart to you for free digitally, and you have it on your phone, and you guys can look, okay? Now, where you guys are all at is this right here, desire and fear, orange right here, okay? You cannot get them back until you meet them in this energy, this section, this quadrant here. Okay, now week number 2 and 3. Again, it might be they could be cold for a while. It's a big variable in the first couple of months. So sometimes they may show a little bit of curiosity, a little bit of breadcrumbing, a little bit more messages, then they'll pull it back. They'll come forward and sometimes they come back. Sometimes they're completely silent. Again, you have to be coming out of this fearful and desire state and climbing up and reading the book, which is also in the Stanstore link. So around again, I'm trying to be conservative so you guys have the right expectations, but around 3 months, you're going to be looking at a lot more curiosity, okay? Because look, the first month or two, sometimes first couple of weeks, depends on the relationship. This works for situationships as well. They're going to be not getting rid of, they're going to be processing the negative emotions because they've been with you and they've been thinking about breaking up with you for a while, right? So they're like, oh, I'm so glad I'm getting out of this emotion. That's why they go and seek fun right away. They're like, I'm gonna go have some fun. I'm gonna go focus on this. I'm gonna go do this because they're tired of feeling this dreadful, heavy feeling, right? Down here, by the way, is dense, heavy emotions. Like shame is the most dense, like guilt as well is a pretty heavy emotion as well, right? They're tired of feeling like this and they want to feel like this and like this, okay? So basically, they're like, get me out of this state. So they get up here to these states, right? And then every time they think about you, because they know that you want them back, it brings them down to here because they know that you're going to be like, hey, when are we going to work on us? What are we going to do? That's what happens. And they're like, oh, I don't want to think about it. But here's what gets them to want to talk about it, right? Space, time, distance. Because when those negative things that made them not attracted to you, when those start to dissipate and come down, that's like when these emotions go away, they start to go, okay, I actually miss this person. I miss what memories we made together. I miss this, I miss that. That is when they will consider listening to you, right? And you've started to rise up to this state anyway. So when you guys do meet up, you're both closer in energy than you were at the beginning. So remember, they are up here in the beginning, you're down here, right? See how big that mismatch is? You need to close this gap. And time does that automatically, but I want you guys to have the right strategy because you know what happens? See, I watch my students when we go through the whole reattraction process. Every single dumpy, every single one wants to jump the gun and get back together right away. They're like, let's just pick up where we left off. Every one of them says that. And I reel them in. I'm like, yo, chill out. You have to think about starting over. Now, again, I will help you guys with this. I help probably hundreds of people a month do this. Some of them come from previous coaching sessions months ago. Then they'll hit me up and they'll say, hey, Kyle, we're actually talking now. What do I say? What do I do? I'm like, bam, I got you, fam. So that's why that's so valuable. So again, getting out of this state and going up to here is the sauce. But doing it and making sure you're texting the right shit, saying the right shit. And by the way, more sauce, less is more. I know you guys have all heard that, but it's hard to do when you're like, excuse me, when you're like so scared and worried, right? So again, remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's about getting out of here. Now, later on, you're looking at that curiosity. So after the curiosity stage, just to recap real quick, the first stage is relief, second stage is curiosity, and the third stage is usually like sometimes there's a bit of like lusting, right? Like you guys kind of like hang out, do some shit, do some dirty stuff, and then you guys can reconnect from there. But it depends on, again, how you handle the reattraction process. The dumpy always comes on too strong, wanting to lock them down again. And you guys need to remember to have fun. There's 3 steps: hang out, you have fun, and you hook up / be intimate. Okay, you guys want to be doing those 3 things. So, and that's when the reconnection can happen. So relief, curiosity, a little bit of fun. Sometimes it's reconnection. It's just kind of like a stage 2.5 and then 3, right? So which is just getting back to 3. I did 3 like an idiot. 3, which is reconnection, reconciliation, etc. So most people struggle the most going from 2 to 3. If you need my help, link is in bio. Stanstore link, you'll see it. It's good to go.